Hey guys, and welcome to another video. As always, me reviewing the Palace game, our 1-0 victory away at Brighton on Saturday. Really good result for us. 1-0 victory, and we get the revenge sort of on Brighton because they beat us home and away last season, getting a draw at our place and then beating them at their place. Our first victory at the Amex in the Premier League. So yeah, really hoodoo, so to speak, off our shoulders. A very good result. Obviously, in the build up to the game, I was thinking, "Oh, this is going to be quite a tough one." You know, our form wasn't that great in the build up to it, but also neither was Brighton's as well. Obviously, they brought in that Graham Potter, and he's tried to obviously change the way Brighton play, make them a more attractive team to watch. More pleasing on the eye, more obviously passing from the back, working the way up to the front, that kind of football. But obviously, at the end of the day, what wins football matches? Goals. And obviously, it's one thing Brighton and Palace, in a certain aspect, have struggled with this season is goals. Obviously, Brighton had a lot of chances. If you watch the game, watch the highlights, they did have a lot of chances, but it was just one. It was a bit good defending from us, but also a couple of really clear cut chances from Morpay. There was one for Dunk from a corner, and they really should have scored from it. And it just goes to show, that's why they're down. That's why they're down where they are. Obviously, we've moved away because even though we're not scoring a lot, when we do score, we normally have one. Either 1-0 or 2-1s or whatever. That's sort of the way it's happened for us this season. So yeah, so I was predicting, I was hopeful we could win. I said 2-1. I spoke to a few other Palace fans. They're like, yeah, 1-0 Palace, be a tight game. A few 1-0s. A few were going Brighton want to spank us like 2 or 3-0, which I was a bit like, right, okay. But yeah, sort of mixed bag in terms of Palace fans' predictions. But yeah, obviously in the build up to the game, there were a lot of trouble from. There was a bit of trouble with Brighton Palace fans in the build up, obviously with the stature of the game, how much it means to both sets of fans. There was a lot of police presence, obviously, but yeah, overall nothing serious happened. So in that aspect, that's good. But yeah, you can sort of see how much it means. Obviously, the people that obviously go online and say, "Oh yeah, it's a tin pot derby," all that stuff. You don't understand if you haven't been to it, either at Selhurst Park or at the Amex, and how much it means to the clubs. And as I said, all you need to do is go on Google and search it, and you'll understand why. Speak to Palace and Brighton fans, and you'll understand why. But obviously, it doesn't help when Sky pick up and go, "Oh yeah, the M23 derby," and even some of our, Palace Instagram pages going, "El Gatwico." It's just not. It doesn't help it just doesn't help it the way it's branded at a game in that sort of aspect. But anyway, obviously the game got underway, and we did same team as the previous game, and yeah, we did start the better of the two sides. Like we came flying at the block, sorry, and yeah, a really good chance for Christian Benteke. But yet again, unfortunately, failed to hit the target. It's getting a bit boring now saying every sort of match about Benteke, but overall he is playing well. Like I know some Palace fans will probably disagree with me, and I know obviously a striker's job is to score goals, but his overall build-up play, and I think his effort as well, in my opinion, has really improved. But obviously, a striker's job is to score goals. That's what we obviously paid the money for. Obviously, in his first season with us, he did obviously pay a bit of his fee back by scoring 17 goals. But obviously, the last few seasons haven't been great. And obviously, that's why a lot of Palace fans want him gone. But yeah, as I said, after sort of the Everton game, when he got that sort of lucky goal after that Pickford error, but it went in, he was hoping, right, it's going to push on. But yeah, I'll sort of say again, hopefully, all it takes is one header that he connects with properly. Against Brighton in the first half, when he did that header, he got it all wrong. He jumped too early, didn't get the head positioning right, didn't even move his head towards the goal. But yeah, I just think he's got to get one clear header, one sort of tapping goal, and hopefully it starts a run for him. I'm really am hopeful because he is trying, he is playing a lot better, but yeah, ultimately he still hasn't scored yet. But yeah, then we sort of took our sort of foot off the gas and Brighton got more into the game. But we were defending very well. Cahill and Dan very solid. Van Arnholt was doing well. Midfield was solid. MacArthur playing very well. So yeah, overall like very good first half. And obviously going in 0-0, you're thinking right, okay, but they're not really troubling us that much, and we've had the better of the chances. So we can maybe push on, get a goal, and then see what happens from there. Obviously, as the second half went out, Brighton obviously had been told by the manager, quicken the play, go at Palace a bit more, and they did that. That's where they had a lot of their chances in the second half. I think overall at the end of the game, I might be wrong, but they had 24 shots overall to our 6 or 7. So, but a lot of it was in the first half, the second half. Sorry. So, it goes to show that's what the manager obviously told them to do. But we were very resolute defensively. Guaita solid again. Cahill, Dan putting their bodies on the line. MacArthur as well. Kouyaté. We really were strong defensively. And obviously, as I said, the times it got in, obviously it's a bit of poor finishing from Brighton, but obviously we got, we were very solid. Guaita, again, proving his worth as always. And yeah, then came our goal. Obviously, very against the run of play. I will say that. A really good play, sort of out from the back. It came to Benteke. He rode the challenge well. Lovely reverse pass through to Ayew, who coolly finished it past Matt Ryan, who maybe should have done a bit better. But Ayew again scoring. Really great, really good goal. Got it at the right time as well in sort of the 70th minute. That was sort of a lot when we'd been under pressure from Brighton for long periods, and to get that goal against the run of play, you can see sort of Brighton's heads went down a little bit. But yeah, and then again we just stay strong defensively. They again had a few chances. We had another chance with Gary Cahill with a header. He really should have scored. Then right in the 90th minute, counter attack. It was Tozan and Zaha. No Brighton defenders around them. Tozan squared it to Zaha. He had all of the goal, and he hits the post. It was a shame. So obviously, as I'll get into in a minute, Zaha had obviously been booed by Brighton fans all game. Got involved with an incident with Skeletto, as I'll talk about in a minute. So yeah, a goal really would have put the ice on the cake in terms of that for Wilf. But unfortunately, he hit the post. But anyway, the whistle went, and a fantastic win for us. At the time, obviously, us winning, we were 11 points clear of West Ham before obviously they kicked off. West Ham being 18th. And yeah, it was looking very good. Unfortunately, obviously, West Ham won, and Watford ended Liverpool's unbeaten run. So in that aspect, has kept it at 8 points. So we've actually lost a point from where we were at the start of play on Saturday. But I think overall we just probably need one more win, and that will be enough. We're on 36 points now. Another win, maybe a few draws here and there, and we should be absolutely fine. We've got some, I'd say, winnable games coming up next month. We've also got Watford at home next, which is a game we'd look to get some points out of, and obviously Bournemouth away, who are obviously there in the relegation zone just above. So looking to be getting points out of that. So overall, very positive performance. Obviously great to get the win against Brighton. And yeah, very positive going into our next few games. So this month, Watford at home this weekend, Bournemouth away, then we've got Liverpool away, which is obviously subject to Liverpool if they go through tonight against Chelsea in the Cup, our game will be rearranged against them. So yeah, possibly having Liverpool or not, depending on if they beat Chelsea tonight. So yeah, that's the overall view from me. I just want to touch on as well. Obviously, Zaha, mostly wherever he goes, he gets booed. He gets boring, really. As a Palace fan, him getting booed everywhere. But I just want to talk about an incident between him and Skeletto in, I think it was the first half. So Skeletto obviously was warming up. He was a sub. And obviously what he did probably proves why he was a sub. Uh, Brighton fans are giving it to Wilf. Wilf cupped his hands to his ear, as you do. And then Skeletto kicked the ball out Zaha. Obviously Zaha reacted, which is one thing he really needs to improve on. You know, stop reacting, don't give it back to them. And then Skeletto obviously said something to Zaha, and Zaha obviously, but I'm not entirely sure whether it was at Skeletto. I mean, maybe it was just a generic spit, and yeah, it was in this direction. But you know, he might. I don't know if he will, but he might face retrospective action from the FA on that. I'm not too sure. Hopefully not, but obviously he did spit in his direction. So we'll see what happens with that. Obviously, Skeletto got booked, and then now he's made a meme out of himself by doing the crying eyes. Then obviously we went ahead and won the game. So a lot of Palace fans clocked on that. Anyway, overall, a fantastic result for us, as I've already mentioned. Very positive going into next game against Watford at home. And yeah, hopefully we can finish the season strongly. Hopefully Benteke can get some goals. Hopefully for Ayu getting double figures, and hopefully Zaha can finish the season strongly in what I still believe will be his last season at the club. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Any Brighton fans that stumble across this video, are you concerned about your end to the season with some difficult fixtures coming up? Do you think you'll stay up? Do you think you have enough? Do you think Graham Potter needs to change the way your team plays and focus more on results rather than performances? And where do you think you can finish this season? Any Palace fans, what do you think about the overall performance against Brighton? What do you think over our next few games? Do you think we can get, try and target sort of top half finish? And what do you think for our next game against Watford? So anyway, please like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video, which will be Watford at home. Cheers, guys, and goodbye.